It all comes down to this. Hi everyone, let's talk about the Vampire Diaries Season 8 and what we know so far. In case you haven't heard, this season of the Vampire Diaries will also be its last. So that means no more Damon and Stefan and Bonnie and everyone. But it's not over yet. The new season will premiere on Friday, October 21st at 8 p.m. on the CW. So let's take a look at what we know so far about this new season based on what the cast and producers said at Comic-Con and a few articles that I've read here and there on TVLine.com and Entertainment Weekly. So when we last saw Damon and Enzo, they got sort of possessed by some sort of creature. We're not really sure how or why or what's going on, but they will be the focus this season. Everybody will be looking for them, trying to help them, trying to save them. And apparently it seems that both Damon and Enzo are aware that they are being mind controlled and that they shouldn't be doing those things, but they just can't seem to do anything about it. In fact, Michael Malarkey, who plays Enzo, said that Enzo was a little more aware of what was going on. He's fighting it a little more than Damon is. Alaric. So Alaric is the new director of the Armory. That's gonna come in handy when trying to save Damon and Enzo, hopefully. And he has a potential new love interest in the form of a nanny, which we'll talk about later. Bonnie. So Bonnie is without her magic this season. And in fact, executive producer Julie Plec said that her goal this season was to use as little magic as possible to get out of trouble, which I'm sure the characters are not really happy with, but it's exciting for us. That doesn't mean that Bonnie won't get her powers back. However, if she does get them, it'll be later on in the season so that she has to struggle a little bit at first to try and get her boys back. We're also getting some familiar faces coming back this season. Sarah Salvatore will be making an appearance. At this point, we're not really sure what brings her back to town. As for some of our favorite characters making a comeback, Julie Plec shared that we would be seeing Tyler and Jeremy back. And of course, the biggest question is, will Elena make a comeback? At this point, they're trying to get Nina Dobrev to make one final appearance, but so far nothing is for sure. But it would be fun to see Elena one last time at the end of the Vampire Diaries. It seems fitting. So we're getting some new characters this season. Some nice, some probably not so nice. Like, you know, Evil herself, Sybil. I mean, Evil herself already sounds pretty bad. She's the new villain, and apparently her character is rooted in ancient times. So in the words of Julie Plec, she's gonna come to town and stir up some shit. Celine, who is Alaric's new nanny. They call her the hot nanny. And it seems like she's going to be a potential new love interest for Alaric, but Caroline is not really liking that relationship too much. At this point, it's unclear whether she's right to be concerned or not. I'm guessing since it's the Vampire Diaries and Alaric doesn't have a lot of luck, probably she's gonna be something more than just a nanny. Finally, we get Dorian, who's an intern for Alaric, working with him in the Armory, trying to figure out what's going on there and getting themselves involved in some supernatural stuff. So, you know, another day at the office. So now that we know all about the new and returning characters, let's talk about some of the storylines coming up this season. Julie Plec shared that they would be exploring some themes this season that they've been wanting to explore for a few seasons, including what happens when you die, when you really die, where do you go, how does it feel, what is there to be afraid or hopeful for. Also, every episode title for this season will be a line of dialogue from previous seasons. So if you're like an Uber fan, this is going to be fun to try and figure out. As for how he'd like the series to end, Ian Somerhalder said that he would love for Stefan and Damon to be looking at a sunrise and take their rings off and then just turn to dust and die, which is sort of poetic and sort of sad. Finally, if you're really sad that the Vampire Diaries is ending, Julie Plec did say that she would definitely want some of the cast members to make appearances in the originals, which could be fun. And that's all I have for now, but of course, let me know if I forgot anything. Also, I'd love to hear what you're excited for this final season. Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye! I don't really know how I want this show to end. I mean, part of me wants not the perfect happy ending, but then part of me wants everybody to be happy. So I don't know. I just want some sort of conclusion where I feel like, okay, it feels satisfying and I can just move on.